There's two oddballs to choose from here, and I honestly want to see a successful Minotaur, but the success rate for Atlas to pull off great Fatal Links is even higher.
Yo, you got the king from the King of Kings? That's on me.
I will leave you guys with that question, and please take the floor. Go cast the game.
Thanks, Butters. And once again, let's see how this is going to play out here, because we know that the Burmese Ghouls want to just snowball out of control. And so far, they've been struggling to do that against RRQ Hoshi, who's been able to play very defensively and punish the mistakes of the Burmese Ghouls whenever necessary. And so again, let's see how these first turtles go about.
Yeah, that's a very fast 3-man clear coming from the side of RQ Hoshi, and now going towards Little Wanderer. You can also see a little bit of the tussle, but obviously RQ has been able to snatch that Little Wanderer away. And towards the purple blast we go, but over on towards the side lanes here.
I love it. It's the gentleman's cut, I'd like to call it, because look, up top it's going into BR7, and then down bottom it's going to be D. They just understand that the other's going to do the same. So now Kid trying to look for a nice pick-off. Here now we see, in the debut of Natalia at the playoffs, we want to see if it's worth it, the investment.
I mean, that's not just all the Minotaur, especially on Lemon. It's like, you know, we see him play it once or twice, especially in MPL Indonesia, but like bringing it out on the world stage, this has occurred multiple times, and that's what Lemon brings to the table, just the unpredictableness and how deep his pockets really are.
Yeah, and of course, reaching deep in, do they have that coin? And skill which have 2 coins? Hopefully you guys did predict correctly on this best of 5.
Yeah. Oh, Vin attempting to steal, but Ace secures it nonetheless. Still no first blood here. About to approach a 2-minute mark. That means Turtle is imminent. It is nigh. And down bottom, that is a forced retreat on to Maybe. And Psycho cutting the lane up top.
Now Ace does arrive to the scene, but looking at the situation where they don't really have the elements available, RQ retreats, and definitely don't want to underestimate what Ace can do at that moment. This is where we start our first blood with Kid unleashing what he's got.
Yeah, just baiting R7 out into this fight. Now, Vin getting a good yin-yang overturn. However, I mean, Turtle is half in D. He just wants to get this over with. Now, Vin, he's running out of mana to actually pull this off, and pulling in back into his jungle is the safest bet. But don't forget, Kid is going to hit level 4.
Here's the trademark BG move. First Turtle, very, very important to have Ace hit the ground running. It's as safe as it gets. R7 just, you know, being a thorn on the side of D here. Nice Mount Shocker, just checking where everyone is. Albert looking low. Kid trying to get caught out by the King's Calling, and he gets out of there. Ooh, I think he's going to run out of options. Nice dash through the wall. But Traceless gets him down nonetheless.
Oh, R7 getting a good way of the dragon onto that Lapu here. Is he actually winning this matchup? Oh, no, it's going to be the big bait, but R7, he's got the game sense. You don't go in with that much life for no reason, but he still walks up anyway.
Flicker in time, and you can definitely see that they have already popped what they could. And R7, he's trying to control to his best abilities, but at the moment, RQ Hoshi is going for some great invades in response. Sam Force.
Rubini D getting some good damage, but let's see where it goes from here, because again, it's about Burmese Ghouls pushing their lead. RRQ still ahead by 1k, even though Burmese Ghouls did take the turtle. How is Kid going to force this agenda and really get the ball rolling, against RRQ Hoshi?
Ooh, so far, I don't think they need to force anything, because this is great positioning by Burmese Ghouls. They're setting up. Nice catch, purified here by Vin, but the damage is real. D takes him down, and R7 juggling the aggression back and forth. D comes in. R7 bites it.
What an opening. And well, I definitely feel like Vin doesn't have to push the issue right there, but maybe Suki whatever he can. It's gonna be an exchange here for the Sylvana. Have to see he's being fought by Lemon, but here comes Kid.
Oh, Kid, he's doing a really good job here. He's dropped out the smoke screen, and now Rubini D, this is his cleanup time! Burmese Ghouls playing off of a huge snowball. He gets Lemon with the last hit of the Chrono Dash and starts pulling backwards. This is huge for the Burmese Ghouls. They were able to get so much gold off of this.
Yeah, a 2-for-1 here, and you're giving out Kid. I think Kid understood the fact that given how much firepower RQ Hoshi's packing, a lot of the things he's gonna do is gonna affect the other part of the map. But if it immediately trades for, if it immediately results in a trade that is valuable and that is beneficial to Burmese Ghouls, by all means now, oh, Kid face is R7 here.
Yeah, and back towards what you just mentioned there, Albert being kicked off. He cannot afford to go down once again, especially in this early phases where Burmese Ghouls is just going to take every sort of objectives that he can get. This turtle is definitely going in favor of side of Burmese Ghouls for a moment. And Psycho, he can only watch as it falls, while R7 not really getting himself back in towards that form where, oh, this fighter Cho is going to be able to put so much great effect in the early game.
Oh boy, R7, he doesn't get caught, luckily, but he actually flickers in and finds a KO to put in, but the counterplay coming in from Maybe, the perfect match! Oh my goodness, RRQ hit back and they hit back hard! Oh, you can get overtime, but the umbrella open was going to be just enough to trade 1-for-1 Vin for Ace. So worth it for RRQ.
Just a perfect counter right there, the Fatal Links disconnecting the way of the dragon, pulling him. It's like the mind's telling you, yeah, I want to go for it, but the body is being taken all the way back.
Interesting move here by Burmese Ghouls. They're patient, letting the turret be taken down, and now they want revenge. Here comes the cavalry. That's Psycho destroyed by Ruby DD, and Albert might be next. A little bit of a silence in here, put in by Kid, and he finished the job. Albert is taken down in Vin, a little too late to the party.
R7 could still actually help Vin out in this sort of scenario here, but when they cancel the recall, looks likely that it's going to be a no. But over the mid side, Burmese Ghouls going to be opening up the map. Fatal Links once again on towards Lemon, and Vin will be looking for a shutdown on towards Maybe, and Lemon
no! It's like you remember that really dumb thing you said 15 years ago. That's what happened to Vin, torn apart by Ace, the Burmese Python.
Oh my goodness, what a catch that was. And that's great because now Burmese Ghouls, they need to start pushing their agenda. 15 more seconds until the turtle comes back up. But they're up by a tower, finally, 5-9 against RRQ Hoshi.
This is the biggest lead that they've got throughout this entirety of the game. Not only in terms of the kills, let's look at the goal. Yep, 1,000, but hey, it means a lot when you're facing against this RRQ side and you're taking every single one of these turtles. So they're going to be having that item so much sooner than what RRQ's Alberts has at the moment.
Looking at the items here, the most developed, relatively speaking, for the side of RRQ Hoshi would, still be Albert, but it's interesting to note how much Lemon is also making up, right? Like, that's very close, 4,700 to 4,700.
And we also have the kill site on the side of Ruby DD, so... well, things are just going to get tougher for R7 right here.
Oh no, even with the smoke screen, it's not going to be enough. He does get a good Shinpo in time, but Psycho, he's under a lot of firepower and scrutiny from the rest of the Burmese Ghouls. And speaking of which, don't forget on D. D is actually almost matching Ruby DD in gold.
Yep, and he's looking good, 2-0-2. This Lapu Lapu has not died so far in this 8-minute bout so far, and he's just going to go down, try to answer... Lemon on that Mincitar, which, by the way, Mincitar, Lemon, he should be finding more duels, because if not, High and Dry is not doing a lot of work.
Yeah, and looks like they want to go in for this catch flicker coming up from the side of Maybe this catches, and it will be getting himself back in towards safety. But look at R7 buying a lot of time with a little bit of a home run all across the land of Dawn. But Burmese Ghouls is going to be having their plans on their own with D in position.
He's going to get kicked for sure. He's going to get hit by the way of the dragon. Oh no, he doesn't even bother going into the brush side. Burmese Ghouls, at least they have a good idea, but they can start stealing the orange buff. This Soul of Lava away from RRQ.
Yep, and it's an easy take. The rest of the map for the past, 2 minutes, Burmese Ghouls have been working on making this kind of space so that the next big attack that they do will be beneficial to them. They know this much that R7 is going to try to get away, so they'll try to cordon off as much of the map towards them, make it as red as possible, so that even if they do spend some time going for the chase, at least waves are crashing in.
Yeah, Blade of Despair now being a big purchase for Ace.
Woo!
Lord is right now just on your screens, and both sides ready to take note of that. The Natalia, let's talk about this Natalia, because it's definitely pulling some great effects on Burmese Ghouls' successive picks.
Yeah, a workhorse, definitely. Kid here with the execute, and again, the high and dry. I think he's able to make the most of it, because he can just track people. He can just shadow them and let everyone know, because, yeah, Albert has Mountain Shocker, like that, just checking in on it. They go on a Psycho, nice Fatal Links, onto one! That's gonna be the flicker used up, torn apart memory, expended by Ace, but there's not enough stats with the Dragon going up.
OD gets exploded into pieces, and you see the double going in favor of R7. They're still looking for more right now, but just look at BDD. How much can he take? R7 still looking for the right timing. Hey, we might just actually find a little bit of the exit grounds right here, because Lemon as well as Albert did not exactly in position.
Unfortunate indeed, and I was considering why didn't R7 decide to go in a little bit earlier, especially when Psycho came in with the Imperial Justice. Then I noticed R7 already used the Way of the Dragon, so there's no point, because he even if he did get on top of Ace with the third hit of Jeet Kune Do, that big knockup, yeah, that's great, but you don't have the follow-up, so you just end up being a sitting duck.
Yep, that was a trade that I think Burmese Ghouls won in the long run. Again, it's because it's an unfortunate event, like series of events, as you did note. Looking at the items real quick, just barely 1,000 gold ahead is the Burmese Ghouls, and looking at their most developed character here, hero, it's definitely going to be Ace. He's building up towards a defensive item. Looks like it might be an immortality early on. He knows how dangerous he is, and he knows how badly RQ Hoshi wants to take him down.
Yeah, and speaking of which, we do see some very aggressive plays coming from the side of Maybe. He does have Flicker, and definitely he's looking for that chain where he just Flicker as well as link them in towards the teammates, but Vin is definitely not going to be falling into the stat, but over here it's going to be the Winter Dragon here, getting the pick on towards BTT, and Burmese Ghouls, they lose a lot of damage, and this sort of skirmish, Kid has to back away. It's not the fight that they're looking for, and D is trying to set this one up.
That was a free take onto Ruby DD. No consequences at all. Maybe Vin, but I think they had that under control anyways. And here's a nice split push by R7.
Yeah, I've got to say that R7 finally getting that room to do what he does best. Going for a split push. So many of all these endless battles coming right in, and here comes the team fight. They're catching on towards Albert. This might just be the pick that they need. D does get that kill, and now over on towards Lemon, running for his life. Kid easily gets him killed off. Perfect assassination coming from the Nada.
2-for-1 trade-off, and RubyDD is back up, and he should be on his way after clearing down bot side. He's running down towards mid to hopefully change up this fight, as RRQ have to wait 20 more seconds to get and even try to contest this Lord. So Burmese Ghouls will get this Lord, and the power play will come into effect.
It's free. This is a Luminous Lord. Kid gets blasted down by Vin. Interesting. Might have been for shock value. Psycho did have to use the Imperial Justice there. And hold up, they do have the Retribution advantage. Let's see if there's going to be a tragic loss now. Fatal Links spells the end for Vin, and Psycho gets away, but not so much for R7.
And even Ace gets to live to tell the tale. This is looking so bad for Arkihoshi. They don't have the Retribution because Albert is down, and they might have actually given that away and just waits for another sort of a pick there. And Burmese Ghouls, they are now pretty much establishing not only map control, just look at the goal lead, just swinging in abundance.
Yep, they are very happy with their current position right now, but can they get more as the Burmese Ghouls with 3k ahead? They want to catch them out. Oh, Lemon! He finds the King's Calling, but again, this catch isn't looking good. The Flame Links Albert not in position. He gets absolutely blasted by the Brody. They can't stop it. Fatal Links again. Say hello to my perfect match here, as now Burmese Ghouls, have they done it? This is the big pick. They've killed 4, and they are pushing through to end this best of 5 will come home as the Burmese Ghouls, GG, well played, take out RRQ and send them to the lower brackets.
They have done the unthinkable, and now they make history. The first Myanmar team to make it and towards the grand finals of the M2 World Championship 2020. They've waited for so long.